and as well as functional consultant in one of the organization in US. And I work for an airline industry, and they're operating the Peoplesoft financials. I'm working as a lead for them right now. So we are onto the Peoplesoft 9.2 financials,
Okay.
and so the project right now it's running on the upgrade modes. Apart from that, my work career, I'm having around 8 years of experience on the Peoplesoft side, and I used to provide the trainings as well on part-time, like morning time or evening time. So me, Madhuri. So we are going to deal with the Peoplesoft financials, the modules, how the Peoplesoft works on the financial front. We are going to discuss about now, and that's about me. So can you give me a little background about yourself, like your educational background and work experience, if you have any?
I did my MCA.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any experience regarding work. I am just, starting to work. I
Okay,
have learned Peoplesoft HCM as well, and now I'm planning to learn financials along with that.
okay, okay. So did you done? Are you aware of any financials, like how the financial industry works?
No, no.
Okay, fine. That's fine. So then it's better we'll start. Uh, like, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So actually, first let us talk about what is exactly an ERP. So as per your terms, what is ERP? Like you are already gone through the HRMS, right? So
Yeah.
what is meant by ERP?
Um, like, the basic application which is integrated with different modules to get, the work done regarding that organization.
Mhm. Right. As the name suggests, like it's a completely enterprise resource planning. So whatever the resources we have, whether it is a money, whether it is a persons, whether it is something inventory side, all these are called, and whether the company assets. All these four also is the company resources. How efficiently you can manage your company resources is nothing but enterprise resource planning. So, so this planning, these ERP products, right now we have so many ERP products in the market. We have Oracle, we have PeopleSoft, we have Siebel, and we have SAP. And every product is dominant in their regions. Let's say Oracle. Oracle is good in Oracle apps, financials, and HRMS. PeopleSoft is good in PeopleSoft HRMS and financials. And let's take SAP. SAP is good in SAP material management, and Siebel is good in CRM, so customer relationship management. So we have, but when an organization chooses any ERP packages, let's say like a US site, US site, US, Canada, and Mexico, and Bahamas, and as well as Singapore, Australia, India. These 6 countries are mainly uses the PeopleSoft. And if you go to the Europe site, so they are mostly into the SAP side. So if you go to Europe or Beijing or Belgium, all those places, they're mainly into the SAP. And this PeopleSoft product is more into the airline industries, banking industries, and chemical industries, and as well as financial industries and IT industries. And the supply chain management, like the SAP, is mainly into the manufacturing side. They are more good in the manufacturing side. That is and they are more dominant in the Europe side. So whereas in US side, so the PeopleSoft is having good market share. And the uh, and coming to the HRMS, what exactly the HRMS talks about? HRMS talks about how efficiently you can manage your employees inside of the organization. So how efficiently means like how you can recruit a person inside of the organization, and how you can process the payroll for them, and how you can apply tax implications, and as well as how you can track the time of the employee. That's all about the HRMS. And coming to the financials, it talks more about the company financials. Company financials in the sense every organizations needs some money, and every organization generates some revenue. That means for every organization there will be a incoming money and as well as outgoing money. So ideally finance talk about what is the incoming money of an organization and what is the outgoing money of an organization. So let me open a notepad. Entire finance business process is split into two types. One is procure to pay. Another one is order to cash. It's not only for the Peoplesoft, whatever the ERP you go for it. So these two cycles will be there. Procure to pay cycle will be there and order to cash cycle will be there. And what is the procure to pay cycle? It talks about the money which is going outside of your organization. And order to cash talks about money which is coming inside of your organization. So these are the two cycles. Let's say money which is going outside of your organization, like procure to pay. So this is the two terms what normally we use. And here, as per your knowledge, what is the money which is going outside of a company, or what is the money which is coming inside of the company? Can you tell me?
Like if you buy anything for company and the salaries you pay for employees. That would be going on.
Yeah. And what about the money coming inside of the organization?
Like maybe if they get any projects, the clients pay for the organization or something like that.
Exactly. That's the only thing. So coming to the procure to pay cycle, we have e-procurement and accounts payable, and we have purchasing, that means purchase orders, and so this is having integration with the assets. So this procure to pay module is having integration with asset management. So what exactly the e-procurement and purchase order and accounts payable? So let's say e-procurement. In the e-procurement side, now let's say like you're working for an organization. Instead of an organization, let's say you're working as a system admin and you want to buy 10 servers for your organization. So This is the business requirement. So in case, if this is the business requirement, how you are going to perform this business requirement? You are a system admin. Let's say you are a system admin and you want to buy 10 servers. So can you go directly and can you buy servers?
No.
Can you tell me the process? How you are going to do it? Just an
Maybe I
idea.
have to make a list of items I have to buy, and I need to get. Maybe if I'm administrator, I don't need approvals. Maybe I have to make
Okay.
an order. Yeah.
Okay. But, so this is, let's say, coming to the e-procurement. What exactly you do is, in the e-procurement, we'll be having requisitions. What requisition is? So right now, you are a system admin. So like sysadmin, so this is my requirement. Sysadmin needs 10 servers to operate organization. This is a system admin needs it. So what this person will do is, he will raise a requisition. So in this requisition, he'll mention what are the items that is needed by him. So this requisition will be consisting of amount. Let's say the amount of the requisition is, each laptop is 1500 USD. Let's stay like that, and each server is 1500. Let's say 1,50,000 USD is the requisition amount. So this requisition amount will go for an approval process. So this is a bigger, higher amount. So normally as per the organization rules. So organization rules means if it is this much amount, it has to go to this person. If this is this much amount, it has to go to this person. Like if it is below 1 lakh USD, it has to goes to vice president. And if it is more than 1 lakh USD, there is a business condition, like it has to go to the CFO. So that is the business requirement. So that business requirement, so whatever the workflow rules, so that we'll set it up in the workflow configuration. So that will be done by the technical. So if you say to the business, like I want to enable the approval mechanism with this business conditions, the technical persons will enable that. Now, the requisition process. So you will create the requisition. So requisition will be consisting of all the information, like what are the items you are planning to purchase and what is the cost that you are going to incur. And this will go for the approval process, and the respective person approves it. Once after the approving it, so the once after approval is done, now you want to, so this is an internal approval. You want to buy this 10 servers. Let's say I am buying this 10 servers. Let's take one example. Like you're ordering something on eBay, and you're ordering some mobile phone. In the eBay, you went there and you just searched for your items, and you got your item, and then after getting your item, so you click on the order now. So at the time of order now, so it will show the what are the item catalogs are there, like what are the things that you are ordering, and then you will do the payment, or else you will do the cash and delivery. So we have two options. Either you do the payment initially, or either you do the payment afterwards. Both option you can have. So here we will give this order to the vendor. Whoever is selling the products, we will give the order form to that vendor. That is nothing but a purchase order. So what is the proof? What is the purchase order? So it's consisting of the items that you're willing to purchase, and as well as the quantity, and as well as amount. So this is the purchase order. Let's say as per an organization, so let's say in the purchase order, I'll clearly mention I want these servers, 10 quantity, and amount is this, and the terms and conditions. Like what are the terms and conditions? The RAM should be this much, and the PC should be this much. something like that. The specifications you will also mention. So this is the proof for the vendor to send the goods. So in tomorrow day, you cannot say like I have given order for only like 10 I have given only order for 5 servers. You cannot say like that because the vendor is having a proof of the purchase order. So, and if there is any disputes, you can uh, check with the purchase order and you can settle off them. And that is the purchase order. And this is a one-time purchase order, what we call. And let's say you have one vendor who supplies inventory. Let's say an organization perspective, I have cafeteria. For the cafeteria maintenance, every month organization needs some tea bags and as well as some coffee bags and as well as some sugar bags. 3 items are there. So I have given a quote, I have sent a purchase order, it's 12 months contract. So every month I want these items, like, so these 3 items every month I want it for the coming 12 months. So purchase order you will release only one time for the 1 year service, and then every month you will receive the goods from the vendor. So that is the purchase order. So whatever you are planning to purchase, you will send a note to the purchase order to the vendor. Once after sending this information to the vendor, what exactly vendor does is, vendor sends out the goods to you. So that is nothing but what we'll call it as a receipt. That means, so in the purchase order, I specify 10 quantity, 10 each, and the IBM, I'm saying IBM servers, and the total amount is 1500 USD. And I have released a purchase order. It does not mean that, so the vendor, whoever is selling these products, is having all the products right away with them. So he can send the things to you in 2 slots. Like the first time, he will send like 6 servers, IBM servers. And then the second run, he will send like, let's say, 4 IBM servers. That is nothing but a receipt. So you will receive the items. Now, once after this one is done, so we have to pay to the vendor. So the payment will be done in 2 ways. One is, so you will pay upfront and you will ask for the goods to be delivered. Or else, if you have a good relationship with your supplier, then what you will say, you will send the purchase order to the supplier and they will send the goods to you and they will give a due date for you. Like they will give a due date like 30 days, something like that. Then after 30 days, you are going to pay to the vendor. Before that, you are not going to pay. Let's take like if you are using a mobile, and then at the month end you will get the bill, mobile bill. So you will pay after 30 days. Even if it is internet connection, you will pay after 15 days, something like that. So that means, so what you are going to get, you are going to get an invoice from the vendor. So whoever is selling the product, you will get the invoice from that guy. And as well as once after getting the invoice, so you will create voucher in a Peoplesoft system. Voucher is nothing but, what is the difference between the invoice and the voucher? So the difference between the invoice and voucher is, let's say if you are going to pay the money, that is nothing but a voucher. And invoice is nothing but, if you are going to receive a money, that is nothing but an invoice. Like let's say mobile bill you are receiving, for you it is a voucher, For the mobile company, it is an invoice. That's it. And in the voucher, I'll specify the quantity I have received, means the, so with the goods, the vendor sends an invoice. So that we will note into the accounts payable system. So because I have to pay to the vendor. So 10 quantity, and I'm making a amount of 1,50,000. And then, so here, so vendor said, pay me after 30 days. So net 30 days is a due. So because he's an existing customer, I am an existing customer for that vendor. So vendor said, like, you pay me after 30 days. I don't have any issues. So I'll pay. Let's say I got a goods done 28th July 2016. And he will say, like, pay me after 30 days. Then, so we'll do the payments. On 20th August 2016. Maybe in the August month, I'll do the payments. So this is the voucher, and then I'll do the payments. Once after this one is done. So sometimes, see, these 10 servers, whatever I'm getting, these 10 servers, I'm buying it. These servers are internally my assets. That means if I sell these servers to someone else also, so I'll get the money. So that means either this, like the server cost, either may appreciate or either it will depreciate. Appreciate in the sense there will be a appreciation in the money, depreciation in the sense like there will be a reduce in the money. So so you will integrate whatever the items you purchased, you will integrate with the asset management. So this asset management, it will talks about asset cost and appreciation and depreciation. And apart from this company, let's say an organization perspective, they'll be having buildings, they'll be having certain lands. All this will be maintained in the asset management. And it is having integration with the Procure to pay as well. So let's say the lands and buildings, the appreciation part is more. And let's take the laptops or a servers or a computer. So it will go under a depreciation. And that is about the Procure to pay cycle. And in the order to cash cycle, we have billing and accounts receivable, bills. So the billing means, what normally do is, let's say my organization got one project. So I'm running this project. So 10 employees are working for this project. Let's say I got one Java implementation project. And out of which 10 resources are working for this project. And I said to my client that each resource billing is per hour, like 120 USD per hour. That means monthly every employee submits like 160 hours, and so I have 10 employees and hourly 120. So the invoice amount is 1600. So it is around 1.92 USD. This is the invoice amount. That means, so here if you're running procure to pay cycle. You're releasing means you're sending money to the outside person. That is the procure to pay cycle. But whereas in the billing, you're receiving the money. Means in the billing system, like let's say other organization, they run the billing system to send the invoice to. So the same invoice you receive, and you will now create a voucher entry if you are using the Peoplesoft. Like that. So you will send the invoice, and then once after sending the invoice, so the customer pays to you, let's say after 30 days. Then you will do the deposit or here in the accounts receivable. So like let's say I sent an invoice like 1,92,000 USD and customer paid only 1 lakh USD. So still customer has to pay remaining 92,000 USD. And whatever the entries, like whether it is from the billing, whether it is from the accounts receivable. So what normally I do is at the month end cycle, at the time of books closing, let's say like every month end, whatever the entries coming from the sub modules, like a billing and accounts receivable, I'll send it to the GL. That means general ledger. So why I'll send this information to the general ledger? Why I'll send it? This is the consolidate point where you can track all of your business transactions. Now, I will send a invoice to this customer and I'll send to this module and I'll send the accounts receivable. I'll note, like if the customer pays, I'll note this transaction in the accounts receivable module and I'll send this through transaction to the GL module. At the end of the day, in the GL, I can see what is the customer balance. The customer had to pay 92,000 USD. So this is how I track. And let's say same way I'll send the transactions of procure to pay also to the GL so that I'll be knowing how much I have to pay to the vendor. Vendor balance. So if I paid full, it will be the Jura USD. If I have not paid it, so based on the amount over here, like it will be displayed. Now, so what is the profit and loss of the organization? Profit or loss means whatever the expenses you are incurring minus it's the profit or loss calculated by revenue minus expenses, where you are getting the revenue. So whatever the money you are getting from the undertook cash is nothing but a revenue, and whatever the money which is going outside of the company, that is nothing but expenses. And so from this GL you will prepare the financial reports. You might be knowing company financial results like quarterly results, monthly, half-yearly results, and as well as yearly results. So they will release the financial results by taking the transaction information from the general ledger module. So ideally how they prepare that financial sheet is, so I'll just show you one financials, one company financial information. I'll just show you like Infosys quarterly results. So the transaction that they will take it from the general ledger system and they will display in front of the investors how much revenue the organization is getting and how much expenses the organization is incurring. So I'm just showing the results for the first quarter ended in the June 30th, 2016. And let me show you. So it is standalone. Yeah. So you can see the balance sheet, statement of profit and loss, cash flow statements. Just opening this document. So with this, you can see what is the money that Infosys. This is the financial report of the Infosys. You can see what is the money that Infosys is earning on that quarter. So this the transaction data. So they will pull out from the general ledger module. Now you can see like what are their assets. So what is the assets of Infosys and what is the net value of that Infosys. So they have this property, plant and equipments. They have 7,330 347 crores assets, and they have capital work in progress. That means they have a cash of 769 crores, and they have investments of 6,000 crores, and they have loan of 4 crores. And so this is the tax thing, and as well as this is the current assets. Like this is for this quarter, and this is for like whole bunch, like cash and equivalents like 27,222. Like this you can see. So what is the amount of the organization right now it is running, and what is the profit and loss of the organization. You can see now. So June 30th revenue from operation. So they got around 14,420 crores, and other income, it might be the interest and all. So they got total income of 15,181 crores on the June quarter. That means April, March, April, May, June. For 3 months, this is the revenue that they are getting, and out of which they're paying employee benefit expenses. Like either it might be the salary or something. They're paying around 7,000 crores, 7,600 crores, and they have some technical, some contractors. This is 1,000 crores, and traveling, like the on-site travels and all they have to give. So the traveling part, like they spent like 576 crores. So total expenses they got around 10,000 crores. So 15,000 minus 10,000. So they got the profit of 4,000 crores in this quarter, and out of which they're going to pay the tax of 13,000 crores to the government, and the net profit for this period is 3,180 crores. This is the organization profit for this quarter. Like this, whatever the financial result that was displayed over here, this result you will take it from the general ledger module, and they will prepare this kind of reports and they project in front of the investors. So this is about the overview of the financials. So we are going to talk in detail about the each module, how it operates and all. So that's about the overview of the finance. So any questions over here?
No, I'm good. I got it.
Okay. So that's it for today. Maybe like so Srinivas will update the timings regarding the next session.
Okay.
So any further questions on this part? Nothing, right? As of now?
Nothing. It's clear. Yeah.
Okay. Srinivas?
Yeah. Hi, Sukendra. So,
Yeah.
just now I have a call with the payroll consultancy. What they're saying, like, is it possible for you 4:30 p.m. PST, your evening?